So we just went over imagery and how that can create or add a mood or a tone to the author's voice. And so now we're going to look at figurative language. So when an author is writing a story, they will include figurative language because figurative language allows the author to create an image or connection to something else to make their story more dramatic or interesting. And so instead of saying, oh, wow, he runs fast, the author can say he ran as fast as a cheetah just to show how fast the character is running, just to put in your mind how fast this character was going. So we should be familiarized with these figurative language: simile, hyperbole, personification, onomatopoeia, alliteration, and metaphor. But sixth grade really concentrates on metaphor, personification, simile, hyperbole. These are the ones we kind of concentrate on. And I know if you can identify it, that's great. We're not really worried about identifying this year. Now we need to explain what that simile means or what that metaphor means, So if they say, wow, he runs as fast as a cheetah, what are they trying to say? So let's look over here. So let's look at this first sentence as a simile, okay? I highlight it. So the room was as dark as a moonless night on a deserted highway. So it uses as, is comparing the room, the darkness of the room to a deserted highway. So let's look at this. So now I know it's a simile, okay, some kind of figurative language, but now I need to know what it means. So what does this mean? Okay, so I'm going to think of a room. I'm going to think it said it was dark as a moonless night on a deserted highway. A highway is a road, and a lot of times roads do not have any kind of light to light them up. And if it's moonless, which means there's no moon, just think how dark that is. And if you're walking out on the highway at night with no moon and nothing else lighting the highway, it's pretty dark. So these people are in a room that's really dark. And that's all this simile is saying, that this room is so dark, that it can be compared to a deserted highway, a moonless deserted highway. Okay? All right, let's look at another one I have in here. So, this is personification. The wind howled a scary moan while the rain beat against the windows. I'm going to make that a different color. Sorry about that. So the top one we have a simile. The second one we have personification. The wind howled a scary moan while the rain beat against the window. So the wind howled a scary moan. Now this is used of personification because the wind cannot moan, okay? However, the wind howled a scary moan. So while the rain beat against the window. So if the wind is howling, or howling like a dog, or howling like people will do, that's, making the oh sound, right? So if the wind is making that type of moan, what do you think it sounds like? So to me, it just sounds like the wind is blowing really hard or fast. So if you ever heard the wind whip by you, or whistle or something like that, that means the wind is going like really fast and it's blowing pretty hard. So that's how we're going to explain it, okay? Now, on the next slide, I do have a chart I want you to fill out. It's just a few examples of figurative language that I want you to explain what you think it means, okay? Because then you're going to do something with 11 where you're going to explain the meaning of the figurative language that I put in there.